Welcome everybody, my name is Nick Giffen and I'm here to give you 3 picks for this weekend's NASCAR races at Kansas Speedway. So let's dive into today's NASCAR Daily Action Picks. For pick number 1, I'm starting with the Truck Series race, the Heart of America 200, and I'm going with Tanner Gray for a top 5 finish at 6-1 odds at BetMGM. If we look at Kansas Speedway, it is a 1.5-mile oval, and it really doesn't chew up tires. So if we look at all the intermediate tracks that aren't too harsh on tires, Tanner Gray has made 16 starts in the Cup Series, and he has top 10 finishes in half of those, 8 top 10 finishes. Further, if we look at top 5s, he has 3 top 5s in 16 starts, and he almost had one earlier this year at Las Vegas where he finished 6th place. Las Vegas is actually the most similar track to Kansas, so that 6th place finish is very telling. He also had the 4th best average running position at that race at Vegas, so it's not like he lucked into his 6th place finish. He was basically the 4th best truck there behind the Kyle Busch Motorsports truck. So Tanner Gray, 6-1 for a top 5 finish. I really like those odds. For pick number 2, we're heading over to the Cup Series for the Advent Health 400, and I'm taking Ryan Blaney at plus 1,400 at DraftKings to win the race. Blaney, his odds are kind of long, I think, for 2 reasons. First, his recent performance has suffered a little bit if you compare it to the beginning of the year, but a lot of his bad performances were at some of his worst tracks, including Darlington, Dover, and Richmond, where he's historically just not been very good at those tracks. So if you're looking at recent performance, you can't really grade it on those tracks because those just aren't very good tracks for him. Additionally, he hasn't been super amazing at Kansas lately, but that was with the old car and the high downforce, low horsepower package. Now we've moved over to the next gen car, which has lower downforce and higher horsepower. And if we look back towards 2018 and before, when it was much more similar to this next gen car, Blaney actually had some really solid performances at Kansas. He actually had a 3rd, a 4th, and a 5th place finish with Wood Brothers Racing, which is the affiliate of Team Penske. Well, now he's with Penske itself, the bigger, faster, stronger team. So I really like Blaney's chances, and he's done well at the intermediate tracks other than Kansas recently. So that's why my model has Blaney at 9.1% to win versus the 6.7% implied odds we're getting at 14-1 at DraftKings. So gotta go with the value on Ryan Blaney. And as always, we are going with my pick to win for pick number 3, and that is Ross Chastain at 10-1 odds at DraftKings. I do like betting him here, but it is pretty thin value. However, we could argue that Ross Chastain should be the race favorite. He has such immense upside. In the races this year that he's finished without major incident, he's finished inside the top 5 in every single one except Richmond. Of course, that includes 2 wins this year in 12 races. If we just look at the high-speed ovals, he had problems in one where he was running 6th place at Auto Club, and he was actually going for the lead last weekend at Darlington, where he had problems in the other. So even when he's had problems, he's been running close to the front. Earlier this year at Las Vegas, which again is the most similar track to Kansas Speedway, he had the best average running position, and at Dover, also somewhat similar to Kansas, he had the 2nd best average running position. So Ross Chastain has done very well at similar tracks. He's done very well this year. He's done really well at all the high-speed ovals. I think you got to take him at 10-1 to win. Again, thin value, but I do like Ross Chastain for the win. That's going to do it for this weekend's NASCAR Daily Action Picks. Be sure to tune in next week because we have the All-Star race at Texas Motor Speedway, so I'm sure there'll be some interesting bets for that one. We'll catch you then, and good luck this week, everyone.